I like a lot of like threesomes and foursomes, fivesomes.
Alright, I hope you're comfortable because today's video is, well, it's one for the books.
Why do you come?
If you've been on the internet lately, TikTok, Twitter, wherever, then probably you've heard whispers about her. If not, no worries, I've got you covered. Her name is Lily Phillips, and this girl has turned the phrase for the love of the game into something I never thought possible. If you're wondering what I mean, let me spell it out for you. She's the girl who, wait for it, got with 101 men in a single day.
What?
Let that sink in. Not 10, not 20, 101. It all began the way most viral internet moments do. One TikTok, one confession, and a whole lot of chaos. Lily appeared on camera with this energy that screamed unbothered queen and casually said,
I'm Lily Phillips and today I'm getting ran through by 100 guys.
I'm the girl who slept with 101 men in 12 hours. Now, I want you to pause. Just take a second to think about that. Imagine saying something that wild out loud and just keeping it moving. No hesitation, no shame, just vibes. But this wasn't clickbait. It wasn't one of those fake videos meant to farm views. No, Lily meant every single word of it, and you better believe that the internet had thoughts. Because the second that video hit, it spread like wildfire. People were horrified. People were fascinated. People couldn't look away. She became the topic of conversation overnight. Twitter threads were popping off. The TikTok comment section was in shambles. And YouTubers, oh, you already know that they were ready to cash in with their reaction videos. Lily Phillips had entered the chat, and the chat had no idea how to handle her. But here's the thing, Lily wasn't stopping at 101. This was just a warm-up. She came back, smiling and calm as ever, to announce that she was training for 300 men in one day. Like this was some kind of Olympic event. I mean, seriously, training? How does one even train for something like that? Is she doing cardio, lifting weights? I need more answers. And if that wasn't wild enough, do you want to know what her final goal is? She said with the straightest face you've ever seen that she's aiming for 1,000 men in 24 hours.
Plus how you are going to break the world record for sleeping with the most men in one day.
I'm trying to get 1,000 guys in 24 hours.
At this point, the internet lost its collective mind. Like, bro, are we serious? 1,000 guys? That's not just extreme, it's completely uncharted territory. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for people living their lives, doing their thing, but at what point do we look around and think, alright, maybe this is a bit too much? And Lily? She doesn't flinch. She even jokes about asking women to lend their boyfriends and husbands for the day like she's borrowing sugar from a neighbor. It didn't take long before the challenge took on a life of its own. People who'd seen her video in the past started making their own TikToks, posting comments like, "Hey Lily, I've got a boyfriend who's ready for this." It went from one viral video to a whole trend. She had somehow become the embodiment of the wildest internet fantasies. But Lily didn't just play into it, she doubled down. She was active in the comments, responding to both supporters and critics alike. Her social media following exploded. Not only did her videos rack up millions of views, but her engagement reached ridiculous levels. The whole situation makes you wonder, at what point does the hype become a monster that can't be tamed? And if you thought that was wild, buckle up, because that's only the start. Now here's where it gets dicey. During her infamous 101-man marathon, Lily admitted that testing wasn't mandatory. Yes, you heard me. She said not everybody was tested before participating. Do you know how dangerous that is? Like, I'm sorry, but this isn't some quirky internet stunt. This is reckless on another level. Doctors have come forward and warned her, stop this, it's not safe. And you think that might be enough to make her pause? Nope. Lily just keeps pushing forward, and after it was all over, well, she just admitted that it hit her hard.
And obviously just makes me feel so bad.
She said that the 14-hour marathon left her feeling like she'd been hit by a bus, which honestly makes sense. But here's the thing, Lily's not stupid. She knows what she's doing. She knows that the internet rewards outrage. She knows people can't resist clicking on something this shocking, and she's cashing in on that, big time. Now let's pull back for a second, because no one just wakes up one day and decides to chase records like this. There's always a story behind the story. For Lily, it started with a heartbreak. She admitted in a video that she was cheated on, and her response? She went to another guy out of spite, and then went straight back to her cheating ex. Now listen, I'm no psychologist, but that screams pain. And on some level, we do get it. We all cope with trauma differently. Some of us hit the gym, some of us get revenge bodies, and some of us, Well, some of us decide to set records. But the thing is, no matter how much attention you get, it doesn't fix what's broken inside. As Lily's viral fame grew, so did the cracks in her public persona. Behind the confident facade, it became clear that something wasn't quite right. Some of her closest friends expressed concern. They saw that she got caught up in the noise, the applause of the millions. They could sense that she was starting to lose herself in it. This is where it gets real, because Lily's future, it doesn't look good. The internet never forgets, and the videos she's making right now, they're gonna be around forever. Think about it. One day, Lily might want kids. Those kids are going to grow up in a world where her videos exist. Can you imagine what they'll face at school? The teasing, the bullying? Yo, isn't your mom the girl who... You know, and Lily knows this. She admitted that she believes she'll find a husband someday, someone who accepts her the way she is. And while I respect her confidence, I think she's lying to herself.
Ever find a boyfriend? There's so many guys out in the world. I think one poor bastard's got to marry me.
And while the internet might be clapping for her now, nobody's gonna be there when the consequences hit. It's easy to get caught up in the rush of now, the likes, the follows, the cash, the attention. But what happens when that all fades? What happens when the novelty wears off and the world starts moving on to the next viral moment? Lily's not dumb. She knows that in the end, fame is fleeting. But right now, it's the only thing keeping her afloat. At the end of the day, Lily Phillips' story isn't just about her. It's about us. It's about the culture we've built. We live in a world where attention is everything. Views equals money, clout equals success, and people will do anything to get it. Lily's just playing the same game everybody else is playing. She's just playing it harder. But here's what nobody's gonna tell you about fame. It doesn't last, and the internet moves fast. When people get bored and move on to the next viral moment, what's gonna happen to Lily? What happens when the money stops coming in, when the views dry up, when the fame fades away? She's going to be left with the aftermath of her choices.